Cutting tomatoes with a serrated knife makes it so much simpler. There's no crushing of the tomato. Emotional management. If I felt down, I'd allow myself to feel sad for a brief moment and then move on. Thinking things like, I don't have time for this, or I'm stronger than this, or crying doesn't help. This led to anger and frustration building up, often resulting in arguments over trivial things. I learned how to make space for those negative emotions, letting myself truly feel them until they passed naturally. I've been doing this whenever they arise, and the anger and frustration have vanished. Most of the anxiety is gone too. I've also applied this with fears, and it's greatly improved my relationships. It's a good thing because old me wouldn't have been able to cope with even half of what current me is dealing with. Using a gift card to sign up for free trials. Brushing my hair. No one ever showed me the correct way because I always had short hair as a child, and my mom somehow thought I knew to start at the ends and work my way up to the roots. But I would start at the top and yank down. It's no wonder my hair was in bad shape. But then I watched Tangled as an adult and realized I had been brushing my hair incorrectly my whole life. I used to add oil or butter to the pan right away and wait for it to heat up. You're actually supposed to wait until the pan gets really hot before adding the oil. Doing this makes any pan non-stick. Those tiny, annoying cans of tomato paste. You can use the can opener to remove both ends and then push the top with a wooden spoon. It comes out clean, just like a push pop. If you're hanging a picture and trying to catch the crosswire on a nail in the wall, slide a fork over the nail so the prongs are behind the nail head and the fork is angled away from the wall. Slide the wire behind the fork, and it will guide right onto the nail. Then, just pull up the fork. This saves you from multiple attempts trying to catch the nail with the wire. When someone gives you a compliment, resist the urge to joke. I've learned to simply say, "Thank you, that's nice to hear." This change has been a game changer for me. If you're mounting something with pre-made holes on the back, rather than measuring the distance between the holes and spacing the nails, screws, stretch a piece of painter's tape across the back, covering from just before the first hole to just after the last one. Mark the holes on the tape, then stick it to the wall. Voila, you have a perfect mounting template. I recommend double checking with a laser level to ensure your marks are level before drilling. When you're down to the last sliver of soap, just stick it onto the new bar to use it up entirely. Not an everyday task, but someone showed me that I had been wasting celery for years. If it loses its crunch, just soak it in water overnight and it'll become crispy again. Boots first, then corset. Storing onions in the fridge for half an hour to an hour before cutting prevents tears from the fumes. I learned this while working in a restaurant kitchen, where we had to prep 100 pounds of onions every shift. Refrigerating them first was essential. You can remove the silverware basket from the dishwasher while unloading it. I just remember this one guy being told you could wait for the shower to warm up instead of standing in it cold as it heats up. Hilarious. My aunt, a physical therapist, mentioned that if people made one tiny change to how they walk, older people would be in much better health. The simple change is to step fully onto each step when going upstairs, keeping your heel down with each step. This is instead of letting your heel dangle off the step. This small change builds hamstring strength, while regular walking already strengthens your thighs. The number of older people she sees with weak hamstrings is astonishing. Men, you don't need to stand up to pee. This will save you a lot of cleaning. My Nana was incredibly resourceful. She taught me more than any viral life hack could. For instance, when she wanted to save the end of a tape roll, she would attach a bread bag tab to the end. This was just one of many simple but brilliant ideas she shared with me. Add vinegar to your laundry, and your clothes will stay fresh longer. I suspect it has something to do with fungi or microorganisms. Sliding your thumb along the spacebar of your phone moves the cursor. I felt pretty dumb for years, because I used to bite open pistachio shells. A friend showed me I could just use a half shell to open the others. The proper way to secure a towel around your waist after a shower, instead of tucking the hem inward, fold it outward and down. This makes it much more secure, and you can even run around without worrying about it falling off. The shower curtain should go inside the tub. Putting pillow covers on. I used to struggle, shoving the pillow inside, until my wife showed me how to flip the pillowcase inside out, place the pillow inside, and then flip it right side out. When rinsing my hair, I used to do it with hot water, thinking my hair was just naturally frizzy and dry. Then I rinsed with cold water once and realized I'd lived too long with frizzy hair for no reason. Cleaning the microwave. I used to scrub it and hurt my back until I discovered a trick where you microwave vinegar beforehand. It really works. As someone with a disability, I could have cleaned it like this all along without hurting myself. Cutting bell peppers. For years, I did it messily, leaving seeds everywhere. Then one day, I decided there had to be a better way and watched a YouTube video. The trick is to cut off the top and bottom first. Remove the seeds in one piece, then slice the pepper down the sides and unroll it like paper. Afterward, you can cut the flat piece into strips, taking the safety cap off deodorant. I used to struggle with it, trying to get my fingernails underneath to pop it off. It was such a hassle. In my late 20s, my roommate casually opened her deodorant by twisting the stick up, causing the cap to come off. I was amazed. Using electrical tape, I usually wrap this tape around electrical connections, like for security cameras or TV cables, to protect them from the weather. But when it comes time to change them, the tape leaves a sticky mess. A professional showed me that if you wrap the tape spirally with the sticky side facing out, then reverse it at the end with the sticky side facing down, you can remove the tape easily by cutting off the ends, and the remaining tape comes off cleanly without leaving any residue. Storing bedding. Fold the sheets and covers, then place them inside the matching pillowcase. Everything fits neatly into the cupboard, and you can easily grab a complete set. Pressing and holding a letter on your phone displays a list of accent options for you to choose from. Opening a beverage can. I kept my fingernails very short, so it was often difficult to open the tab on a can. I was almost 40 when a friend showed me that you're supposed to push down on the hinge portion of the tab with your thumb to lift the other edge, allowing you to slip your finger under it. I felt pretty dumb. When you know you need to do something simple, like taking out the trash or cleaning your room, but can't find the motivation, stop for a moment. Decide what you actually want to get done, something you can do in one step. Then imagine how you'd feel after completing it, relieved, happy, etc. Ask yourself how long you're willing to wait for that feeling. An hour, a day, a few minutes. This shift in perspective makes you ask why you're denying yourself the feeling you want, rather than focusing on dreading the task. I used to open a banana by pulling the top, but then I watched a documentary where a monkey opened it from the bottom. It was so much easier, and I felt a little dumb for not figuring it out sooner.